Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's travel together. Today we will travel to an amazing place. We go back 5,000 years ago to the country of ancient Egypt. What is so interesting is that the very first huge stone building made by man. But this is just the beginning. In 2020, archaeologists discovered hundreds of unopened coffins buried more than 2,500 years ago. They found it as the pharaoh left it. Inside there were mummies in excellent condition, amazing statues, pharaonic scrolls and secrets that have not yet been unsheathed. As we know, the North Star is located in the constellation of Ursa Major, or the Big Dipper. Does anyone know? Scientists believe that the Great Pyramid of Giza was a huge device to generate energy, noting that the inner chambers were used as generators and storage chambers for the accumulated energy, while the air shafts played the role of cables for transmitting energy outside. The base of the Great Pyramid contains a horizontal passageway surrounded by vertical shafts, leading to the Queen's chamber. According to experts, excavations revealed nearly 30,000 tombs, most of which belonged to commoners and slaves. Some tombs belonged to senior officials and dignitaries. Over the years, excavations have uncovered about 100 pyramids in. What is strange is that the necropolis continues to expand, meaning that perhaps decades from now we will discover dozens of tombs that have not yet been discovered. Some of them look like ordinary houses, while others look like small pyramids. After many twists and turns, they've reached a huge hole filled with sun. The strangest thing is that some mummies were wrapped in boxes made of pure gold. Even though the practice began in the New Kingdom and ended during the reign of Ramses III, after removing the slab, researchers found that it was covered with hieroglyphic texts describing how to reach the afterlife. What was behind the door was a huge surprise. The team discovered 30 sarcophagi, some of which contained There is no other place where you can feel so much energy. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Goodbye. The most important mummy was that of Tutu, who served as Chancellor of the Treasury under King Tut. His coffin was decorated with images and texts related to the Book of the Dead. In addition, the archaeologists found a collection of clay figurines, papyrus, and wooden coffins. This discovery is unique because, for the first time in history, researchers saw a collection of sarcophagi placed in rows. Researchers also found mummies wrapped in brightly colored bandages. In fact, this necropolis contains the largest collection of multicolored mummies. It is very likely that within a few years, this necropolis will become the most important archaeological site in Egypt. Who knows? Perhaps soon? Instead of the Great Pyramid of Giza, we will call Saqqara the eighth wonder of the world. Many sarcophagi were covered with lids, and most had been sealed tightly. At first, experts thought there were no mummies inside. It turned out that the archaeologists were wrong. The first mummy discovered inside the tomb belonged to a woman named Het. She was one of the senior officials at the court of King Tutankhamun and died in 1336 BC. Her position at court allowed her to receive the best possible burial. Another mummy discovered was that of a man named Tutu, who served as a judge at the same court. Also, some tombs were built in the shape of boats. The truth is that ancient Egyptians did not bury their dead according to their social status, religion, or occupation. For example, a fisherman could be buried in a boat-shaped tomb, while a businessman could be buried in a house-shaped tomb. Generally speaking, tombs in Saqqara are one of the greatest archaeological discoveries in human history. The base of the pyramid contains a total of 10 such shafts, 5 on each side. Interestingly, the general was buried with his wife Itet next to a large courtyard. Hieroglyphics tell the story of the general and his life. He was also buried with chariots, horses, and weapons. It is believed that he led the Egyptian army to fight against Nubia, winning several battles. A shaft on each side of the base is connected to the adjacent shaft in the upper chamber. The man whose tomb, it is believed, was the overseer of the pyramids during the construction of the second pyramid. In the Middle Kingdom, the official served under Pharaoh Djoser and built his own pyramid in Saqqara. It is said that the construction of the Red Pyramid was supervised by his son, who worked under King Khufu. Both father and son were considered the best architects of their time. In theory, these tunnels could have been used to transport the body of the unknown king who was buried in the pyramid. However, another theory suggests that they may have been used to transmit energy, but there is a fact related to the constellation that is not known to many people. The stars and the Big Dipper rotate around the North Star once every 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4 seconds. While traveling through the country, I learned about the civilization, culture and history of ancient Egypt, but also about their beliefs and values. Most of the stories I heard from locals completely changed my vision of the world. One of these stories happened in Saqqara. The period of rotation of the stars of the Big Dipper around the North Star is almost equal to the period of the Earth's rotation on its axis. So, if you want to know more about Saqqara, keep watching. There is something that has never been seen before. You will be surprised with what you see. Who was buried in this tomb? Why did they seal their eyes? And why did it take thousands of years for us to open it? Join me in today's video as we uncover all of the details. Do not forget to subscribe for more videos about the mysteries of the past. And you can see many things like never before. You can see the pictures taken by me personally. This is what makes our channel special. The first pyramid ever built in history was in Saqqara. It is called the Pyramid of Saqqara. So let's start our journey to discover the mysterious secrets of Saqqara, the largest cemetery in ancient Egypt. Are you ready? Did you know that Saqqara is considered the largest cemetery in ancient Egypt? That's right. It includes dozens of pyramids and tombs belonging to the nobles and senior officials during the reign of the pharaohs. The necropolis stretched over an area of 525 acres. Which is equivalent to 187 fardans, and it dates back to the 4th century BC. We will start our tour from the top of the Great Pyramid of Giza. From here we will enjoy a view of the entire necropolis. We will see many other pyramids in addition to the largest cemetery in ancient Egypt. 365 steps lead to the summit of the Great Pyramid. The number of steps on the Great Pyramid of Giza coincides with the days of the year and the number of days in each month. So we find that the number of steps inside the pyramid is 365 and divided into 12 sections equal to the number of months in a year. Each section contains 30 steps, except one section containing only 5 steps, which represents the month of February. And each of these sections is separated from the other by a granite pillar. The angles of the Great Pyramid coincide with the 3 points of the compass. If we look at the sky from the top of the Great Pyramid of Giza, we notice that the North Star is exactly above the tip of the pyramid. What happens when we go down into the depths of the earth, inside the Great Pyramid? In fact, this was just the beginning. In Saqqara, the discovery of the 5,000-year-old tomb was only the beginning. I must admit that I always get goosebumps when I talk about ancient Egypt. According to legends, Saqqara was home to one of the largest cemeteries of the ancient Egyptians, where ordinary citizens were buried. Among the most important tombs discovered by experts is the tomb of General Maruka, who served under King Teti and lived between 2490 BC and 2470 BC. Among the most famous tombs in the city, the tomb of Ankh-Mahor stands out. When I visited Saqqara, I noticed that some tombs have strange and mysterious shapes. One day, while exploring the necropolis, researchers came across a staircase leading deep underground. It is interesting that archaeologists have come across mummies wrapped in gold leaf, which is extremely rare because gold was a precious metal at the time. Perhaps one of the most anticipated discoveries was the discovery of a tomb sealed with a stone slab. So far, scientists have managed to explore only a small part of Saqqara. In my opinion, Saqqara is the most mystical place in Egypt.